Hey there everybody, today I'm going to get a bike fit with our friend Annalisa here from Endurance PDX. And in some ways I feel like I'm the most unlikely person to get fit because I don't race. Who is a bike fit for?
Everybody.
Everybody?
You absolutely deserve a bike fit.
I do?
Why do you not deserve a bike fit?
I don't have enough watts. I have like this many watts.
This many? Well, we can get maybe this many and you'll be comfortable.
Okay. I feel like my bike is also, I think, atypical in when people think bike fit. I've got flat pedals. I mean, does that matter?
Doesn't.
No?
There's a lot of variables still.
Okay.
And like I said, seriously, everybody deserves to be comfortable, efficient, and they deserve a bike fit.
Okay. I have to admit, I feel a little bit nervous. Like there's going to be lots of judginess. Like when you go to the dentist after many years of not going, they're just going to be like...
I'm going to judge you so hard.
Oh, crap.
I hope you flossed.
All right. Let's hop in and get fit. We'll see what happens. Okay.
Good things are going to happen is what's going to happen.
All right. So we are here in the Endurance PDX fit van, which is pretty pimped out. I was expecting it to be like outside in the rain, but you've got it.
Well, I knew it was going to rain, so I brought it for you today. No, this is new for us. First big trip in LA. We've been coming here about 3 or 4 years to Golden Saddle. Kyle's been awesome to let us come here, kind of serve this community. And we're testing out the fit van, and it's so far so good. It's a little tight, but it's better than being
like
right
being
there.
out, yeah. Hold it.
Get on.
All right, get on. All right. I always mount from this side. Is that weird?
It's a challenge for you. I'm going to make you get on that side, actually. I'm going to change the resistance here.
Okay.
You basically just start pedaling.
Just start pedaling.
Pretend like no one's watching.
Okay. There's no camera.
No
internet.
We're not live streaming this, are we?
We don't have that GTN money. It's not like that.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to kind of go through background. Yeah. So Russ looks like he likes to go party pace. I respect that. So reason for fit, you haven't been fit in a while.
Yeah. When
was your last fit? You keep pedaling?
I'd say my last fit was probably about 5 years ago.
How's the resistance right now? 0 to 10 effort.
2-ish.
Okay, I'm gonna bump it up. So complaints of pain, it sounds like lower back is kind of your biggest problem.
And only on like a really steep and rocky descent.
Can you give me more information? Do you feel like you're stretched out when you're doing that? Where are your hands?
I tend to descend from the top.
Okay.
And usually if it gets really steep, I'll push back a little bit.
So we're really lengthening through that spine?
Yeah.
When I look at you right now, I can tell your hands are back a little bit, so it looks like it's a little bit of a stretch to get all the way to the hoods. Yeah. Would you agree with that?
I think so. I mean,
let's start at the feet and we'll kind of work our way up, because not all the time, we don't always think about like fit or discomfort. Some people kind of just ride through it. Yeah. Where others are like Princess and the Pea, you know? You don't sound like Princess and the Pea. Hot foot, do you have any numbness or discomfort in your feet? No. Okay. Any knee pain?
Generally no.
Generally no.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, I'm always testing gear, so saddle height's always fluctuating, and sometimes I don't get it right, and then that's when I notice it.
So hopefully today you can walk away with like your fit, and then transfer it as you kind of swap parts out. When you've had knee pain, what was different?
Usually the saddle was too high. Too high.
Okay. Yeah. When you're pedaling, what muscle groups feel dominant in the pedal stroke?
Probably these ones.
Quads.
Yeah.
Okay. How do your hips feel?
They're okay. Sometimes I feel like they're dancing a little bit.
Rocking on the bike. You're on the power saddle today. Is that a typical saddle for you?
It's the saddle I like. I just don't have enough money to put them on all the bikes. Okay.
Do you know what width it is?
It's 145.
Okay, 143.
143.
How about climbing?
Climbing, not an issue.
Not an issue. Okay. How about mid back to upper back? Any pain?
No, it's usually like mostly there.
Did you know you were going to get a sweat today?
I didn't.
What's the resistance like right now?
It's, like a 4-ish.
Okay. You okay there? You want me to go down a little bit?
A little bit, just for the camera. Not that I can't handle it, but...
You totally can. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
One peculiar thing is I tend to run the bars high because I've got a saddlebag.
So more function.
Yeah, so I need, it's higher than I think is optimal so I can get that tire clearance. but I'm open to getting the right fit and just seeing where it lies.
Okay, well, we're gonna start with getting some footage, so we have a starting position. So your job is just to continue to pedal and look down the road.
Gotcha.
I don't think your fit's like too far off.
Yeah.
The biggest thing I see is that reach.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed that your saddle's relatively nose down.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that you don't have like any hand numbness, like too much pressure on your hands.
Right.
What would you say weight distribution is hand versus saddle?
Pretty close, maybe slightly more biased to my hand.
50-50, 55-45?
Yeah.
So we want 60-40, 60 being here, 40 here. In some cases, 70-30 or a rough percentage of that. So,
right. So you've got cameras going. Where are they located?
So we have one.
Oh, one camera.
One camera. Sorry, here's my lunch. Yeah, one camera. In the clinic, we're able to do all views. We use this for a lot of feedback and kind of measuring saddle height, but also visually, I don't need the bells and whistles to do a solid fit, but it definitely it helps. And I think it's helpful for the rider to see the changes, like biofeedback of sorts. And then you're riding a wider bar, and that's going to be more functional as well for kind of gravel style riding.
Yeah. And again, it also fits the bag. It's I almost set the front end of the bike up around the bag.
Yeah, I don't think you're alone in that,
okay.
Especially with the trend towards, longer distances, gravel. I notice on the front that you're really elevating through your shoulders. Often that is an indicator of trying to make yourself longer in that reach. Right. So if we're here, and we have a good reach, our shoulders are down. Right. But once it gets longer, like up and out, we kind of do this. Yeah. Turn the resistance down a little more. I'll do that. Sorry, Russ.
I just sweat a lot.
Have you had any sweaty videos yet?
All my videos are sweaty.
You can just sweat on the floor. It's okay. Okay. People need to know that you get sweaty during a bike fit anyway. Yeah. All right, so looking forward, get some footage here. Go ahead and hop off and let's take a look over here. A goal is to be balanced on the bike. Right. So if you're too far forward or back, you're going to be unbalanced. And it creates a whole host of issues. So right now I'm trying to figure that fore aft. Gotcha. And with fit, it's like a bunch of moving parts to a puzzle. You move one thing, it affects another. Right. So I want to see, I'm checking knee over pedal spindle. Okay. Which is a pretty traditional measurement in bike fit. It's rooted more in tradition rather than science, so it's something I look at, but it doesn't make the decision for me. The other measurement that I like is called BMR. It stands for body mass representation. So this line I actually kind of put more weight into. Trek came up with this measurement, and they asked, when you're in a forward flex position, kind of where is that center of mass? Right. And through their research, they found that basically on a road bike, so this is a little more of a traditional road bike, but we want, when we take a vertical line through the center of the BB, we want it to hit close to the base of the shoulder blade or the scapula, and you're behind that on your upper body. Like your relationship to the bottom bracket, like through the lower extremities, looks good. Yeah. But the upper body is just not quite there. Is that too long, or? It's too long. It's too long. Okay. I would almost tip you a little more forward and bring you down, like closer. So, because your upper body, you're behind, but you look really stretched out. Right. So what I want to do is bring you closer. Okay. But kind of hinge more at the hip. Does that make sense? Gotcha. So it sounds like part of it might just be just like the way I sit on the bike in terms of bending from the hip or not. That brings up a good point. The saddle itself, like, I feel is the foundation, and the way you're sitting on the saddle right now, you look pretty neutral. Looking at the saddle, I personally and just kind of empirically would want to bring the nose up a little bit to give you a little more support. Gotcha. Which we'll do, and so you can kind of feel that difference. We work in ranges, and we work to your goals. Your goal is to ride this bike for long distances. Right. So I'm okay with that BMR measurement being a little bit up. Yeah. Because you want less stress and strain. than like a typical road fit.
Right.
It does look a little bit high though,
Right.
For that balance point.
Yeah.
And just a little bit long. So far, what I would want to do, level out the saddle. Saddle height we'll kind of dial in as we get the other moving parts kind of changed. Lower the front end, maybe about 1 centimeter to start. We could shorten the stem if you were up for that.
Yeah.
And then
yeah, let's I mean, I'd like to, let's figure out what the empirical best fit is, and then I'll work the bag around that instead of the other way around.
Yeah, that might be good.
Yeah.
Okay. These hoods look a little down too.
So what is good hood placement?
Some of it's personal preference, but we don't want to have this, what we call ulnar deviation. So when you're on the bike, you don't want to be like this. You want your wrist neutral.
Gotcha.
Because that puts a lot of stress on both sides of the wrist.
Okay.
Not to mention, it like adds to the drop and the reach.
Okay.
So we want to kind of be through here. And right now, that's adding to that length.
So what do you look at to kind of, is it like what's the general line?
So flat and then just slightly up from there.
Okay.
I mean, we have angles that we look at.
Gotcha.
But it's also just feel, and so that's not helpful.
Right.
I'm gonna bring this nose up a little bit.
I'm excited about getting this bike fit because I get so many internet bike fitters that watch my videos and tell me like my fit's completely off. So I can say I've had it fit. It works for me.
There's many different schools of thought with fit. So yeah, send the comments my way. Actually, don't.
So for most people, when they come to you, like, is there a recurring common error in bike fit?
I think generally people ride too large of a frame.
Okay.
Too large of a frame, and so people are really stretched out.
Right.
My preference is to ride a little bit of a smaller frame, and then you can always make that longer.
Right.
You just got to keep an eye on the head tube, because if you go to a smaller frame, that head tube is going to be shorter. I'm going to move these up on here. So just because we're moving, people might comment about this. I'm going to move the hoods up on here. We're just going to shimmy it just a little bit. Some bike fitters might cringe a little bit. Is it okay to unwrap this?
Oh yeah, totally. I'm not wedded. I was going to buy some of the new taco tape anyways.
Yeah. I feel like you need
well,
new
once
tape.
I get it dialed, I'll get tape I can commit to.
Do people email you a lot?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Are people so mean to you?
There's so many ways people contact me and criticize me.
The internet. It's easy to sit behind the computer.
And so when you flip a stem, does it change the effective length?
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the exact like numbers, but for sure. So if we take a distance here, and we go up,
that
shortens it. Horizontal distance is shorter versus down. That's going to make it longer. This is 80. Okay. And then you can actually have less spacers.
That doesn't look too bad.
It doesn't look bad.
Okay. So we swapped out the stem, 80 millimeter stem.
So we're trying to shorten it effectively.
Yeah. Are there any challenges with fitting someone that has flat pedals? Like I've actually been to shops before and asked to do a fit, and they said, we can't do it, you have to be clipped in. And I thought that was weird. Yeah.
Well, a challenge would be that your foot is never static.
Okay.
So,
but I feel like I'm not randomly placing it on, it's just, there's kind of like a biometric place I try to put it.
Still not as precise if you were like going into clip-in. That's when you have to think about ranges even more. Often people can be out of that range. So helping someone by getting them close, knowing that it's a little bit more of a dynamic fit, for sure, do the fit.
Right.
Everybody deserves a fit. I've said that multiple times, but I can't tell you how many people come in and are like, I'm not a racer, is this okay?
For sure.
Hell yeah, it's okay, come in.
Well, it's intimidating when you go to a shop and they've got, cameras and like the fit machine that moves everything all at once. It's for some people a very intimidating process, or not deserving of, all this attention.
I think that's the shop's fault then. We need to be inviting, and like I said, we're all trying to ride bikes and get out.
Right.
We'll ride more if we're more comfortable and more efficient.
Right. Right, so we've got the new stem set up, shorten the reach.
Do you feel that saddle a little bit more?
I do.
Yeah. How does that feel?
It's present.
It's present more. Okay.
I don't know if it's good or bad. It's hard to say. It feels different.
Yeah, because it brought you back a little bit more. Go ahead and hop off. I'm going to bring you forward on the saddle. So yeah, bringing that nose up brought you back more. And
Yeah.
let's see how that feels. You don't have any pain.
Only when I fall. So.
Or descend.
I have noticed riding on pavement, like flat roads, there's I get lower back pain, but like if I'm climbing or if I'm moving around the bike, it's.
This is. He tells me at the end of the fit.
Oh, sorry. Does this change everything? Do over.
No, that honestly could be that reach.
Okay, yeah.
So a little more relaxed. Do you feel that? A little more relaxed through the upper trap?
Yeah. So I'm trying to avoid like this, but.
Yeah, because that compresses the nerves that come out to the upper extremities, and that can create a lot of numbness. How much, do you feel less pressure on your hands? Where are we at with that?
I think so.
So bringing you forward will allow more freedom of motion at the top of the pedal stroke.
Okay.
The hips look a little quieter.
Yeah. Were they rocking too much before?
They're a little wiggly, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I come up 5 mil? Looks like I have a 5 mil in there. All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. So we've raised it up a little bit.
Kind of back up. Yeah. So think about chest up through here. Like if I had a string attached to your mic here, your sternum, pulling your chest up a little bit, keeping that spine neutral.
Right.
So then when you're on those flats, you can focus on, that push phase of the pedal stroke, and you're not kind of scrunched up like this.
Right.
How does it feel throughout the upper extremities? Do you feel like you're having to reach at all?
No.
Good answer. Shoulders look more relaxed.
Yeah.
Definitely not like up in your ears like they were.
Right. So let's talk about what you changed so far.
Yeah, so resources today, we kind of worked with what we had. So we have a negative 15 degree stem, and I would probably go with a more traditional, like 6-7 degree, 80 mil. So we wanted to effectively shorten it. Okay. We brought it down a little bit. I need to measure drop to really determine how much we brought it down, but it definitely brought you over the bike more, but also brought your arms back.
Right.
So you're not as reachy. So before you're up and out, now you're more relaxed. In terms of saddle, I brought you a little forward, so you're kind of more over the bottom bracket.
Right.
So as we kind of analyze further, you needed to come forward, even though that knee over pedal spindle initially looked like you were forward. So diving into that deeper, bringing you forward, kind of just bringing you a little closer, I think will help that low back tension, because your kind of whole spine was under load, and kind of rotating, maybe the sensation of falling forward too.
Right. Yeah.
So the goal is balance, trying to get you balanced on the bike, stable on the saddle, and not having to overreach to the handlebars. So go ahead and pedal, and then I'll get a video and we can go over that.
So many variables that interact together.
Moving parts. It's hard to do in an hour, right?
Yeah. And on video.
And on video,
you're doing great.
The big reveal. Before. So
this is the before?
Yep, before. Check out your shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the biggest thing I see right now, shoulders and neck.
Oh, yeah.
A little more relaxed. You're
Way
kind of
more
out of
chill.
your ears.
Yeah. Can you make this into a GIF?
We can make it the before after. Yeah, I would show it. I've done that before.
I feel like we've made some progress. I definitely noticed in the before and after video, I'm not, my shoulders aren't up at my ears. My hips seem to be just slightly more
still a little rocky.
bouncy.
Yeah. We need to look into that saddle situation a little further. Maybe you need to go to a 155. Or we need to kind of dial in saddle height even a little bit further.
But I feel like a big improvement from when we first started. If I were to transfer these kind of rough fit numbers to another bike, like what are the measurements that I'm looking at?
We have a set of measurements that we use. You'll have this information that then you can transfer over, and I'll show you how to measure each one of those.
Okay, cool. Sweet, we're done. Yay! Well, thank you so much, Annalisa, for helping me get more dialed on the bike. I really feel I feel more watts just flowing.
Flowing.
It's like
oozing.
Like the chi. Yeah.
Watts are oozing.
So if people want to learn more about your fit services, where should they visit?
Yeah, our clinic as a whole, we've got some great fitters. We're in Portland, Oregon, and Endurance PDX is the website.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys your office is right by Breadwinner.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So
we're snuggled up to Breadwinner Cycles.
if you guys like this video, I don't know.
They're gonna like it.
I know, yeah.
They already like this video. Don't have any mean comments.
This is going to be the first video on our YouTube channel with no mean comments.
Yeah, it better be.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look into what it takes to get a bike fit. Definitely check out Annalisa's website. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. And as always, keep the supple side down.